Hi, welcome to Blindowl Outdoors. We hope you enjoy our channel, and if possible, could you please join our Patreon page? We really need your help. It's been a long, hard road. Thank you. Hi, welcome to our channel. We had a bad accident here on the highway. Tricycle flipped over. Riders are still on the ground. It's bad. Hi, welcome to our channel. My name is Dan. I'm here in the Philippines on the Island of Bohol. I got a big surprise today. I had a package arriving, and it said out for delivery. So what I usually do is I go into Talabon and I pick the package up so that the rider doesn't have to come out to my house and deal with the dogs and the hill and stuff, or the driveway. So I get into town and the place is closed up, locked up. I can figure out why that could possibly be. So I went up the street a little ways and I found one of the little Sari stores on the corner. Asked him if he knew where. It's a place called Ninja Van. He said, "Do you know where Ninja Van moved?" And again, people have a hard time understanding English sometimes, but so he finally told me they moved out to San Jose. I go, okay, where in San Jose? Is a pretty big place. And he goes, something Sumai. I was like, okay, I don't understand what you're saying. He goes, Sumai. I still couldn't figure out what the heck he's talking about. And finally, it kicked in my head. There's like a little roadside restaurant. It's got these flower things with little pods with goop inside of them. I think they're called sumai. Love sumai. He finally said love or something. Oh, you mean that little restaurant place? He goes, yeah. He goes, right there on the left, just past that. So I drove all the way out there. That was like a 10-minute drive. I get there, and there's nothing there. There's no buildings, there's no way it could be there. So there had to be a guy standing by a rice mill. I asked him, and he turns around and points across the street to a piece of hanging tarp. He goes, over there. I was like, no, I'm talking about Ninja Van. It's a delivery service. They got 20 motorcycles and 20 drivers. He goes, oh, I'll go with you. So he walks me over there, and we get inside, and it turns out that the Ninja Van was across the street from that for about a month. It's been a while since I've dealt with Ninja Van, obviously too long. And it turns out the lady in there, her sister works for Ninja Van, some sort of a manager or something. And she tells me, well, they're in San Francisco. I'm like, okay. Can you tell me where? So she says you turn down this one road, which again, I've never been on. I don't know where the heck I'm going. And I get all the way down in there, and I started asking people with Ninja Van. Not a single person ever heard of them. So how could they be down there? If you'd have 20 riders going back and forth all the time, you'd be able to see them. You definitely notice them. I'm in Trinidad right now. So I drove all the way into Talabon that way, and then turned around, came back, and I figured, well, I'll go back out to that lady again, try one more time. And then she goes, my sister lives down there. I said, okay. Can you tell me where? She goes, I said, I went down to the road and then I turned right. She goes, no, left. There's like a little crossing there. And I said, okay. She goes, I can show you with the bike. And I said, oh, just hop in the car. I'll give you a ride. And she brought her son with her. And we went down there, and we found her sister's house. It turns out there's no ninja van anywhere near there. She works there supposedly. But she comes across this when I'm sitting in my car. She comes across the street and asks my name and stuff, and I tell her she wanted a routing number or something like that, and found out my packages are in Ninja Van's office. But she says the Ninja Van's office is in Ubay now. I go, Ubay? Wow, that's 50 kilometers away. I said, okay. So then I tried to ask some questions about the they call them riders, the delivery guy. I said, do they know where the rider is? And she said, he's in Talabun. I said, could I meet him at the stoplight or something and get my packages? And then it went on and on and on and on. Finally, she said, no, he hasn't been to Ubay yet to pick up your packages. And it was already like 9 o'clock already. And I said, so my packages are in Ubay. So finally I got it worked out to where they're going to hold the packages for me. I still don't know where the place is at, but it's in Ubay supposedly. So I'm going to drive to Ubay. I'm in Trinidad. I'm about 1/3 of the way there. It's supposed to be past 2 kilometers past the airport on the left, and the airport's just a old strip of cement from World War II. Isn't used. They're supposed to be, according to my friend Eddie, they're supposed to convert the airport into the new domestic airport for Bohol. That way they can get flights in from all over the Philippines to this side of the island. Then the people would have to van and do different things to go see all the different sites. It'd be a huge boot. Look at this idiot here. Stop right in the road here. Look at this. God damn it. What a bunch of morons. And that way the tourism will be on this end of the island instead of just down by Panglao, down by Tagbilaran City, which would be great for this whole area here. It'd be a lot of jobs for people, and I don't know where they'd stay at. There's only 2 little dinky hotels in Ubay, but I'm sure they'd start popping up if the tourists came, wouldn't they? So I'm on the road, guys. I'm on the road again. This is kind of a funny road here. Now, this road here is straight as an arrow for 10 kilometers, for 5 or 6 miles. And then there's a bridge, and you turn left at the bridge. The road turns left to the bridge. Then there's a 10-kilometer strip perfectly straight to, not quite to Ubay, but to the general direction of Ubay. And then you start getting some curvy roads, and you get into the town of Ubay. Ubay's starting to perk up a little bit too. They have a McDonald's there now, which is very surprising. There's really nothing going on there at all. I don't know. They don't even have a department store or anything. The grocery stores. In fact, the mall that we have in Talabun, that was supposed to go to Ubay, and then they changed their mind right at the last minute and decided to build it in Talabun. It took them 2.5 years to build it, and then they put a Jollibee there, and that's from a store called Alturas. They own Talabun. They bought the mayor long time ago, and they made it so that no other businesses can come into town besides Alturas. And that's probably what happened in Ubay, is they refused that, because now there's a McDonald's there. Eventually supposedly there's going to be a Jollibee there too, I heard. But maybe Alturas isn't going to go there. But the strange thing is, Alturas is all over the place outside of Ubay. They had a couple giant factories for processing their food. 2 giant ones. In fact, there's a 3rd one going up now. I'm talking places that are like, 10 square blocks around. Gigantic places. And on the other side of the island, they have fish hatcheries and fish ponds and stuff. So they've taken over that market. They've taken over the pork market on Island of Bohol, and the eggs. They've taken that over, and the chicken, and the rice. So they pretty much dominated the entire island here. Now I don't know if there's all tourists in Cebu and stuff. I'm sure there is. It's got to be a gigantic corporation, but these are all Chinese businesses. They come here and they have Filipino wives, so their corporations can have, you know, the 52% Filipino in them, but the rest of it's all 100% China stuff. So that's my adventure today. Just flying down the road. If I find the place, I might just go get a, of course, depends what time I get there too. I might even be able to get a hamburger. I'll probably just get an order of French fries. Maybe I'll go into Ubay. They actually have a drive-through there now. It's kind of nice. Pretty cloudy out. We're getting a little bit of rain here and there. This end of the island gets a lot more. Look at this guy here driving right down our lane. Absolute jerk-offs, man, I tell you. They think they own the world. Yeah, way up here, as far as you can see, there's a curve to the left, and then there'll be a bridge. You ever saw my video of the lily pads? The lily pads are right up here. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care.